together for Tristan Miller.
Keep it going for Stan. I just hit you with the cord, I'm so sorry. Okay, so the thing about the thing Stan just said when he was like, you know what I was doing? I thought he was going to admit to having done 9/11. Did anyone else think that? You all are so wonderful. You have a great energy. And I want to keep that going. And I think the best way to do that is to come together. And I think the best way to come together is to chant. It's worked for thousands of years. The Catholics, they never stopped. So if you wouldn't mind repeating after me, ooh, ga, cha, ka. Okay, got it? Here we go. Ooh, ga, cha, ka. Ooh, ga, cha, ka. Oh, I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Depression. I think we all learned a little something about depression recently. If you didn't come out of 2020 more depressed, anxious, and gay, I can't help you. You have to go back and do it again. You are Bill Murray, and finding out you're an anxious queer person is your Groundhog Day. Why do you think I'm dressed like the babysitter from The Parent Trap? Cheesy! Thank you for knowing their name. Thank you. This is already going so well, I should leave now. No, so, not to brag, but I was depressed before because I'm mentally ill. Don't worry, I keep it light about half the time because I'm bipolar. Being bipolar has its ups and downs. Being bipolar is interesting because the comorbidity rate, which sounds like the cost of a suicide pact, it's not. The comorbidity rate is incredibly high. Comorbidity is when there's more than one instance of an illness in a patient. So, if you're bipolar like me, number one, fuck off. I want my own personal brand of mental illness, thank you. Number two, don't you wish your girlfriend was bipolar like me? Not so much. Number three, if you're bipolar like me, you're more likely to have anxiety, depression, and ADHD. And if that wasn't already clear, soon you will see that that is the case. Stan was doing the bit along with me. I felt like it was the Marx Brothers bit and we were in the mirror. I was in Bizarro World with the same height, yet, whoa, okay. So, anyway, don't go there, it's okay. Anyway, so, if that wasn't already clear, having ADHD is, kind of fun. It's like being part of the most disorganized army unit to ever exist. It's just like, I don't know what I've been told, I don't know what I've been told. I don't know what I've been told, I don't know what I've been told. Who was right, who could say I wasn't listening anyway? Ooh, what? But it makes me great at multitasking. For example, I can listen to someone and also ignore them. Some disadvantages to having ADHD, though, is sometimes you cut yourself off mid-sentence. So here's a quick impression. This is Hank Hill finding out about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Macaroni in a pot? That's a what? Dad, it's the music I like. This is Eddie Murphy about to sneeze. And finally, Matthew McConaughey as a bailiff. All rise, all rise, all rise. Thank you very much. But it's difficult having anxiety and depression at the same time, because on the one hand, you have depression that goes, I just want to die. And then on the other hand, you have anxiety that goes, but what if you do? What if you do? You're nodding along with me. You're clearly on Prozac. It's okay. You're in a safe space. We are in a church, people. Clap it up for the Lord. On this auspicious day. And it's so fantastic. I'm sorry I'm going to be mean to you. Max Landis is here. Oh my God. I'm glad you got it. Thank God. Oh. It's nice to make a singular person laugh. What a gift. But obviously it's been a hell of a couple of years and months and whatever. We got a new president. That is the exact response I always get in Bushwick. No one wanted him. He was truly the "is Pepsi okay" of presidents. I'd like a Coke, please. Well, we don't have that. Is Pepsi okay? Well, what else do you have? Well, we have this jar of urine that's been festering for 4 years. Would you like that? Fine. So, I was upset Bernie wasn't the nominee. I think that's apparent from every part of me. Someone wooed for Bernie. He can't hear you. Not because he's not here, but because he's old. So. But I wanted, it wasn't just because of his policies, but I really wanted a president that sounded like Zoidberg from Futurama. My fellow American. Why not Bernie, maybe? I do kind of miss the other guy. Hear me out. I do kind of miss the old guy because it was like Mercury in retrograde for 4 years. You'd be like, Johnson, why are you late? Trump's America. Oh, this can of Pepsi won't open. Trump's America. Anyway, so I'm obsessed with soda pop because I'm from the Midwest, if that wasn't already apparent. So I used to get really anxious at work. Not so much now, so take that past me. I used to get really anxious at work. My mind would just be like, ooh, disturbed is what I meant to say. My mind was disturbed, but my mind would be just like, ooh. I was like, hey babe, what's going on? So I call myself babe in my head. I do, because I've done CBT, which is not the kink you're thinking of, although there is a kink called CBT. Do not look it up. Look it up. Do not look it up. Do not look it. You already know. Perhaps? No. Okay, that's fine. You should look it up, though. So I've done CBT, cognitive behavior cotton ball torture. Cognitive. Behavioral therapy, in which you learn to treat yourself like a friend you like. So if you're a friend of mine, I'm going to call you babe or boss or sweetheart when I want to be condescending. Surprising number of men laughed at that joke. It's generally only the women. But anyway, so I call myself all these things in my own mind, and I was like, hey babe, what's going on? Well, I don't think you realize how difficult this job is. You have to remember what people want to eat, and then write it down. What happened to the days we used to sit around a table and have supper instead of dinner, and what happened to when we used to call it supper instead of dinner, and what happened in the America I grew up with? Okay, let's not project your personal problems on the American public. We already got guys for that. Podcasters. Really, every guy does that. Hell, I'm doing it now and we call it art, but when a woman does it, we call it a trick, and that's a quote from Annie Oakley about gunplay, but it's also applicable to stand-up comedy. And you caught up, it's okay. I got the light, so I'm going double time, motherfuckers. So, as fast as I'm talking, I'm thinking 7 times as fast, and yes, it is hell. So I was like, don't worry, boss, this moment, it cannot last forever. Well, that's not true. Well, what do you mean? Well, if you think about it, we can only experience one moment at a time, so life is just now, and then done, and I don't know when done happens, and I live in constant fear. Okay, sweetheart. Just calm down. Sorry, I got weird. Even Descartes would be like, oh, that is too much. But it's difficult calling yourself all these names in your own mind, babe, Chichi Mungo, Bingo, Bango, Bongo, Irving, Jennifer, whatever it is. That doesn't hurt other people, that helps you. Because at what point does it just become, well, what's the matter, precious? Oh, the show's not going very well now. No, what to do? What to do? Oh, I know. We will go to an open mic. And we workshop a few concepts, and if they don't laugh, then fuck 'em. Fuck 'em. Thank you very much for your time. Please come to the show on Sunday, 8 o'clock.